My mom said, "We need you to give up your apartment so your sister can have it." It was Sunday dinner at my parents' house, and my sister Flora cornered me before the food even hit the table. She was sitting across from me with this look on her face, the same look she used to give our parents when she wanted a later curfew or money for a concert. "Kareem, I'm pregnant," she said, putting her hand on her belly like she was already showing, even though she couldn't have been more than a few weeks along. "I need a bigger place, and your apartment is rent-controlled. You're single anyway, so it's not like you need all that space." She said it like she was explaining something simple to a kid who just wasn't getting it. I looked at her, then at my mom, then at my dad, waiting for someone to say she was out of line. Instead, my mom reached over and patted Flora's hand. "It makes so much sense when you think about it," my mom said, nodding like Flora had just solved world hunger. "You have that nice 2-bedroom, and Flora is starting a family. You don't need 2 bedrooms." My dad cleared his throat and jumped in before I could even open my mouth. "We were thinking you could start packing next weekend," he said, not even looking at me, just staring at his plate like he was reading a script off his mashed potatoes. "That way Flora can get settled before she starts showing too much. Moving is hard when you're pregnant." I felt like I had walked into a movie that was already halfway done. Everyone knew their lines except me. My brain was trying to catch up with what was happening, but it was like trying to run through water. "Wait, hold on," I said, putting my fork down. "When did all of you talk about this?" The silence that followed was louder than anything they could have said. My mom looked at my dad. My dad looked at Flora. Flora looked at her phone like she had just gotten a very important text. And that's when I realized they had talked about this without me. They had made decisions about my home, my life, my future, and I was just finding out about it now, at Sunday dinner, between the salad and the main course. I looked around the table, at my mom who was already mentally redecorating my living room for Flora, at my dad who couldn't meet my eyes, at my sister who was scrolling through what I could now see was a baby furniture website on her phone. My presence here wasn't about getting my input, it was about getting my agreement. They didn't want to discuss this with me. They wanted to inform me that it was already happening. "It's really the best solution for everyone," Flora said, finally looking up from her phone. She had this smile on her face, the kind of smile you give someone when you're about to offer them something you think is generous. "And honestly, Kareem, you can stay with mom and dad while you figure things out. It's not like you'll be homeless or anything. I'm actually doing you a favor because you won't have to pay rent for a while." I almost choked on my water. She was doing me a favor. She was taking my apartment, the apartment I had lived in for 4 years, the apartment with the rent control that I had gotten lucky to find in this city, and she was framing it like she was helping me out, like I should be thanking her for kicking me out of my own home. My mom jumped in, her voice all sweet and reasonable. "Your sister is right, honey. You can save some money while you're here, and then when you're ready, you can find something new. Maybe even something closer to us." She said it like living in my childhood bedroom at 31 was some kind of gift. Like I should be excited about moving back into the house I had worked so